Linux tutorials. Tutorial 1. Introduction. What is Linux? Linux is an open-source operating system modeled on Unix. Linux systems also have a graphical user interface, GUI, similar to Microsoft Windows, which provides an easy-to-use environment. However, knowledge of Linux is required for operations which aren't covered by a graphical program, or for when there is no Windows interface available, for example, in a telnet session. The Linux operating system. The Linux operating system is made up of three parts: the kernel, the shell, and the programs. The kernel. The kernel of Linux is the hub of the operating system. It allocates time and memory to programs and handles the file store and communications in response to system calls. For example, as an illustration of the way that the shell and the kernel work together, suppose a user types rm myfile, which has the effect of removing the file myfile. The shell searches the file store for the file containing the program rm, and then requests the kernel, through system calls, to execute the program rm on myfile. When the process rm myfile has finished running, the shell then returns the Linux prompt to the user, indicating that it is waiting for further commands. The shell. The shell acts as an interface between the user and the kernel. When a user logs in, the login program checks the username and password, and then starts another program called the shell. The shell is a command line interpreter, CLI. It interprets the commands the user types in and arranges for them to be carried out. The commands are themselves programs. When they terminate, the shell gives the user another prompt. Files and processes. Everything in Linux is either a file or a process. A process is an executing program identified by a unique process identifier. A file is a collection of data. They are created by users using text editors, running compilers, etc. The directory structure. All the files are grouped together in the directory structure. The file system is arranged in a hierarchical structure, like an inverted tree. The top of the hierarchy is traditionally called root, written as a slash. In this picture shows how system file structured or connected like inverted tree. In the diagram above, we see that the home directory of the undergraduate student EE51VN contains two subdirectories, docs and pics, and a file called report.doc. The full path to the file report.doc is /home/it/UG1/EE51VN/report.doc. Thank you. Subscribe for more videos.